movies, there are the stars, and then there are the real stars, the animals who always seem to steal the spotlight. So how do these animal actors get trained, and what happens to them after? Well, Dr. Robin Ganzert, President and CEO of the American Humane Association, joins us now to explain. How are you, Dr. Robin?
I'm doing great. How are you this morning?
Doing wonderful. Who do you have there with you?
I have the precious animal star Bonnie. She's the star of the 7 Psychopaths. I think we've seen her on Criminal Minds, Jimmy Kimmel Live, and so many commercials. And isn't she absolutely precious?
I mean, just adorable. And see, here's what I need to know. In my house, we have a dog, 3 cats, and a fish. Now, how would I know one of them might be selected for a film?
Well, you know what I love is that, you know, we all have animal stars in our own homes, right? I've got 3 dogs and 3 cats myself, and they're my stars in my household. But, you know, as I look at these incredible animal stars that we have fallen in love with in film and entertainment, I know a lot of the behind the scenes, which I think will be surprising to your listeners. You know, Bonnie, for example, is a rescue dog. Oh. In fact, about 85 to 90% of the animals that we love in film and entertainment have actually been rescued from animal shelters or wildlife sanctuaries, and then they've been so well trained. In fact, the book features the behind the scenes with the animal trainers. These are folks who are experts in a whole host of species, and what they do is they work so closely with their animals who they love, and they actually teach them these incredible ways to act for the silver screen. And Bonnie, of course, her first movie was starring with Woody Harrelson and Christopher Walken. So not a bad first gig after being rescued, right?
I think at some point
quite
in time
exciting.
They'll totally need an Oscar category for best pet performance. I mean, what goes into training these animals?
Well, you know, it's amazing what goes into these animals and their training. And actually, each chapter features a tip from the animal trainers as to how they actually work and get their animals to do certain things for them. I know that one world-class animal trainer, Mark Harden, told me, he said, whenever I'm getting ready to work and train with my animal, I have to be my very best self. And I think that's a great lesson we can all take with us, is that we need to be our best selves with these wonderful animal friends that we share the earth with. And that was, I think, a great point from Mark. There's a great chapter in there about Casey the bear. Casey the bear was the inspiration behind the Jungle Book. Casey would not go through any of his cues with his trainer unless, of course, the producers brought him Kentucky Fried Chicken original recipe. And if the bear received his bucket of KFC, he would actually work for the day. If he didn't, you wouldn't be expecting for Casey to come out of his home to do any acting for you on that day. So, you know, there's some great behind-the-scenes stories like that, like working with Bonnie, like the incredible horse finder who played Joey in War Horse. In fact, Steven Spielberg provided us with his reflections from working with that beautiful horse who portrayed Joey in that powerful movie. And we have behind the scenes with Ewan McGregor and his beloved animal co-star Cosmos. And we have the great story of Julia Roberts, who in Runaway Bride rode off on Hightower in that famous scene. And she just talks about how much she loved Hightower. So some wonderful stories about training and about working with these animals. And the important message is that so many of these animals are actually rescued before they're working in film and entertainment.
Well, all of mine, are
book
rescues, and they're great, great pets. And, of course, some of the actors actually have a wonderful connection with their co-stars, right? Any of them who've decided to adopt them?
Well, you know, Ewan McGregor wanted to adopt Cosmos so bad, but the trainer wouldn't let that happen. But what I love is that Richard Gere fell in love with Hachi, that beautiful Japanese Akita, and that wonderful tearjerker of a movie. But Hachi had bonded, as played by Chico, and Chico had bonded with his trainer, that he now lives in a forever loving home with his wonderful trainer, Mark Harden. A great story of bonding. These animal trainers love their animals so much that they live in their homes, sleep in their beds, and live with their families. And I think that's how our own animals do it, and animal stars are no different.
Well,
Cool.
I just love this book, a great testament to rescue animals and all the great things they can do. It's wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Oh, thank you so much for having us.
All right, you can learn more by picking up a copy of Animal Stars, Behind the Scenes with your favorite animal actors. It's a great read, and it's out now on a bookshelf near you. We're back with more broadcast.